Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. A little overview tutorial. First of all, a lot of decisions. Will you show a couple hand positions? Just even in front of the camera, down. Hand position number 1, hands shoulder width apart. Why would you do that? That's a good question. For the sake of your shoulders. If you cannot, with your arms above your head, straighten your elbows here, work with your hands shoulder width apart until you can. Position 2, for a lot of power, interlace your fingers, release your thumb and index finger. This position will give your elbows a lot of strength, and you'll be able to do a lot of stretch. Then, to build more of your own strength and have your hands do it less, only overlap your thumbs, stretch your fingers up, and then really intense is here. So those are the hand positions. Now, once in the pose, if you would face this way, or even standing first, move your arms overhead. Doesn't matter if your hands are out of the screen. Round your back slightly. Lift your chin. Attempt to bring your torso in this position, into this position in the pose. The way we show it is a back bend, and that comes later. That's much more challenging. It's easier to get into the back bending shape, but it's much harder to get into this shape, which is necessary at first for the spine. So if you can show it like that. Now the low back certainly will curve in slightly, but notice the curve of Ellen's low back is minimal. Now do more of a back bend. Yeah, that's how I'm showing it. And even arms up, head back. So arms straight up, head back. Yeah, I'm showing it like that. It's very common that you would compress. So instead, look straight ahead, lengthen through your back. Come on now. Then the last thing is the position of your back foot. In general, I teach it these days where your back heel is going to be down on the floor. You can, however, you might have to zoom in on this, come into it with the back heel straight up and down, vertical, not moving past vertical, so extend past vertical, which for a lot of people will overly stretch the Achilles tendon and drop the femur down. But by moving the heel forward, the hips up, the hip flexor doesn't get overly stretched. And if you're tight in the hip flexors, if you bend your knee slightly, that'll take pressure off your hip flexors. So those are a couple Virabhadrasana 1 strategies.